Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Paper Sweets. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you're having a great day. So for today's video, I'll be sharing some handmade flowers that I created to match the Strawberry Milkshake paper collection that I picked up from Frank Garcia's studio a couple days ago. So this is the paper collection, and I did go through some of my Prima flowers and some of my other flowers, and I found a few that would go well, but then I also wanted to try and make some to match, and I did use, I think, just one of the pattern papers, but I noticed a lot of times with the Prima flowers, it's not really matchy. Like there's some of the prints from the collection, and then also just some different runs, and like some colors that match, but different patterns. So I just went through my paper stash and different paper pads, and I picked out a couple of papers that I just thought would go really well with the paper collection. So these are the ones I picked out. This blue, I love this one. I feel like it matches perfectly. And there's a little greenish blue from like the, the tops of the strawberries and leaves and stuff. So those are the ones I picked out, and I'm just kind of leaving them in here until I'm done with this collection. And so I did go through some of my paper flowers that I had in my stash, and these are the Prima ones that I felt like might go with the collection. Some of them are just older, Lisa Gibbons, and just different collections, but they're kind of big, so that's why I also wanted to make my own. And then I found, some of these that I've had in my stash for a while that would probably go too. So those are the ones I pulled out to use with the collection, and I decided to make my own using dies from Erica's shop, Scrapdivadesigns. Here's her information. So her website is scrapdivadesigns.com, and I did use this little set that creates layered roses, and you will be able to make 3 layered flowers with just the one cut, so it gives you 3 pieces to each flower times 3. So you'll be able to make the flowers with that. And then I also made some of the rolled flowers using this die from her shop, and this time I did want to try the heart one, so I cut this one out. And I also made a couple of bows because I've been dying to try her new bow set here. And it comes, these are 2 different sizes, and it's a layered bow with a little scallop edge, and it's so cute. So those are the dies that I used from her shop, and I will go ahead and get started. Let me see, where's my flowers? So these are the flowers that I made so far, and I think they're so pretty, and I love the colors, for the collection. So I just basically just put them together. I used foam in between the layers, a little pearl center, and these ones at the bottom, I don't know if you can see them, but I added a little bit of clear glitter. So I sugared these ones up. So pretty. And this one here is using the paper collection, the big chevron. So I made a couple of those. This one has some of the glitter, and this one here. So this is the only one that's using the paper from the paper pad, and you'll need something to, like some foam, some thick foam. This is just a scrap piece that I had in my stash, so that you can shape the petals, and these ones are already shaped. I'll be making 2, so you can see how I put them together. And then I also used this little set here that I picked up at Dollar Tree. I used this one and this one to shape the petals. So yeah, it's a fun little set if you can find it. They are like connected here, so sometimes when I'm pushing really hard, I do feel like it might like come apart or or break, and then these curved ones, they tend to like turn a little. So, but that's what I used. And if you don't have that, for years I just used the end of a ballpoint pen or the end of a paintbrush. Works really well too. And some tweezers. And then I also used, little squares of foam and a couple of pearls for the center. So I'll go ahead and get started. So, well, you can see, maybe I should, actually I'll shape them first and then put them together. So let me zoom in. So for this one here, I did just, this one's like a medium one. And I just sort of press it, guys. I know some people like kind of drag it from the center down, but I just find it easier to press and then press in the center. And then if you want it a little bit tighter, then I'll go back with the smaller one and just press it at the tip of the petal to give it that shape. And here's the medium one. Same thing, I just press it down. And then the center, and then I switch out to the smaller one. And then just kind of give it an extra little curve there. And here's the bigger one. You can use the bigger side of this little tool. And then switch out to the medium one maybe. And just get them all curved up like that. So that's about it for the shaping of the petals. Oops, zoom out a little. So from here, I just add the little foam tape and start layering it up. And I also like to add a little dab of glue, so I'm using the Barely Arts with the fine tip. And I just add a little glue to the foam, pick up my middle layer and add that. And then I'll add another little foam. Sometimes when I first stick it down, I'll use the side that, still got the backing. It sticks better. And then I'll add a little glue to the other side. And then just offset it and layer that one down. So there's one. And I'll do the same for this one. Take off the foam layer. I do struggle with these little tiny pieces of foam, guys. But it's worth it, right? I do like the foam in the center there. Offset the next one. And then I add, the glue keeps it a little wet, so it does shift a little bit. And then I'll add the last foam to the back of that one. Take that off and add it there. A little dab of glue. And here's our last little layer. So I think I love these layered roses. So pretty. And then for the little pearl centers, I use my little pickup tool here, which I love. I didn't have one of those for years, and I just used to use like tweezers, but it comes in so handy because usually it just picks them up really easily. You just place it where you want, and it's that easy. For the smaller bling and pearls, a little dab of glue. And the little pearl center. And then for the ones that I sugared up or glittered up, I use this. I've had it for years. It's a big container of just clear glitter. and it's from Joann's Craft Essentials. I don't even know if they still have it, but it doesn't have like any metallic sheen to it. It's just, it looks like sugar to me, just sparkly but kind of clear. So I just basically, this is where I use my tweezers, and I just add a little bit of glue to the end of the petals. To each of the little petals, add a little bit. You don't need a lot. The glitter will stick really well. And so once I have that on, I just kind of dump it in upside down and make sure I press the outside petals in so that those get glitter. Shake it around a little, and then just use the tweezers to dig it out. If you get some like chunky pieces, just take those out. And there you go. That one's all glittered up. So that's how I made those. And the next ones are the rolled flowers. So I love how these turned out too, with the heart. Rolled flower. This one is mixed. I used the solid rolled heart in the middle, and then I used the open heart on the outside. This one, both layers are the solid heart. So really pretty. So I'll share how I made those two really quick. I've already gone ahead and shaped this one a little bit too, and let me see. So for this one, how did I do it? I think I just used one of these guys. And then you just kind of roll it. Press on this little area here. And then I start, pressing from this end here, and then just kind of keep pressing, and it'll turn on itself all the way to the end. So you get like a little cone shape like that. And then I don't have anything fancy to twirl it with, so I just use a little skewer that I always keep on my desk. It's all full of paint and kind of raggedy, but it works. So then I start on this end here, and I just kind of, oh, and then also what I did, I found it helpful, at least for the very first section, is to press your petals, at least when you're starting, because you're going to be really winding it kind of tight at the beginning. So if you just kind of give the petals a little shape too, a little bend, it makes that first, that little first when you get started a little bit easier. So like I said, grab my little skewer, and then I just start winding as tight as I can in the beginning. And I do maybe about 4 or 5 petals. Hope I'm in frame. And then I go ahead and I just keep rolling once I get it started. Just kind of put your fingers keeping it together so the top doesn't come out, and roll. And then for this one, I do like to use hot glue. So I just add a little hot glue to the end there. I'm doing that off camera, guys. And I'm using this this little glue that I don't know, I picked it up probably at Joann's or Michael's, but it tends to leak quite a bit. So I don't know. Do you have that one? And I didn't put enough glue. Okay. So here we go. I added a nice little dab of glue there, and you just press that in and hold it for a minute while it dries. And then for this one, to get the fuller look, I just keep going from there. So get the glue off my fingernails, and then I start with this end again, add a little bit of glue and just kind of keep rolling. I just add it to the bottom there, and then I just keep rolling around, rolling it kind of tight there. Sorry, I think I was not in frame there. So just roll it, keep it in between your fingers like that, and once you get to the end, you just secure the end here with some more hot glue. So there I've added a dab of hot glue, and then just, you know, hold it there for a minute. And then you can go ahead and kind of shape your petals. So for the start, you wanted them to fold inward, but once you're done, you kind of want to fold them back a little and have it kind of open like that. So that's how I created these ones. And again, you can go ahead and, you know, add a little glue to the petals and add some glitter. So those are some fun little flowers that will match the Strawberry Milkshake collection really well. And then, let me see. Then I wanted to play with the bow, guys. So I made, this is the larger one, and I have a smaller one cut out. So I'll share how I made that one, how I put it together. But for the smaller one, I'm going to do it backwards. So I think it goes this way on the top. But for this one, I chose to do it this way because I really wanted to see, you know, the strawberries on this pattern paper, and I just like the way that looks. So I've got it cut out here, and I've already adhered the layers. So I did the base scallop layer in a like shimmery white paper, and then the top one in some of the pattern paper from the collection, and there's the bow part, and then this little strip to hold it all together. And I did use this little tool here, which I had to have after I saw Bona. She's Live Love Scrap here on YouTube. She shared how she uses this to shape some of the bows and things like that. So I picked this up, and it's from Sizzix. And you just, so for the tails, you just kind of slide it in and then just give it a little turn. And it gives it a nice little shape. And I do like using this versus the scissors or other things. So then this one, I turn it upside down and then just give it a turn. Once it's layered, it is a little bit harder. So I like this tool even more, because I feel like there's less chance that I'll like rip the paper or anything trying to shape it. So just give it a squeeze and a little turn. And then the nice thing about this, the layers line up so well, so you know exactly that you've got it all layered up once the little ends meet over here, and then the center matches up really well. And then, again, I'm going to use the hot glue, and then just kind of, I try to make it to where the little scallops line up, like that. So I'm going to glue this with some hot glue. So I've added the hot glue, and I'm gluing it there. Let it sit for a minute. And this one, same thing. So I'm doing the gluing kind of off camera a little. I just, you know, like I can see it a little bit better and line it up a little better. And a little crooked there, but there it is. And I'll glue these other ones, the other little tails in. And you know, guys, it's always a little harder when you're trying to do a video than when you're just working on your own. So there it is, all glued up. So this one, I'm going to use this side as the top versus this one. I think they're both cute. And then I'll just add some glue here. Put these together. Like that. And then add the little center strip. See, guys, I got like stuff stuck to me all over. Okay, so then I'll add the little strip here. And then also once you add your bling, you know, a lot of that center area will get covered up. So I had fun going through some of my stash already, guys. If you want to see what I pulled out, I'll share that at the end. But I pulled out some of the bling that I thought would go well with the collection. And then I also pulled out a few of my ribbons and lace trims. So there, that's all glued up, and I do cut the little excess off. So there's the little bow. So I think I do like this side as well, but they're both cute. So that's the back side with the little heart bling, and then this one is flipped around. So there's those, and here's the bling I did pick out so far. Or actually, let me finish this both, and I'll go into all of that in case you want to take a look. So I'm going to go ahead and use a little pearl center on this one. And same thing, I add a little bit of glue because sometimes I've had them for a while and they just don't really stick that well after a while. So just a little bit of Barely Arts glue and then a little pearl center there in pink. So of course I have a ton of pink bling, and I was able to find a couple other ones that I thought would match. So here it is. How cute. I love this bow. So pretty with the little scalloped edge. I think it's perfect for this collection. So already we have some flowers and a couple bows that match. And let me go ahead and share the other bling that I found in my stash that I thought would go really well. So I pulled out some enamel dots. I found some hot pink and regular pink. And then I found some white ones. Kind of a little off-white, but so I found those. And then I found these, which I've had for a while, I think, too, but it's a pretty shade of pink, like a real light pink. So I thought that would go. These are my favorite. I love using these. They just have so much sparkle. So I picked those out. I found these here in my stash. A little bit darker shade of pink. This kind of grayish blue pearl, I think, matches the paper collection perfect, too. And then these little heart blings in more of a hot pink. So that's the bling that I picked out so far. And honestly, I think I'm going to go back, and then the pearls, too. I think I'm going to, next time I go, I think I'll probably still pick up the Say It in Crystals because, oh, it's just so pretty. I just love the sparkle on those. And then I went through my ribbon stash. This is just like one kind of storage box that I have, easily accessible. And I grabbed this because there's some red with the strawberries. So I thought this polka dot red, it's a Valentine's Day ribbon, but I thought that would go really well. And then I've got some pom-pom trim in white. And then this pom-pom trim, I think that was a little fly, little pom-pom trim here in pink that I picked up at Daiso. So I thought that will go. Then I have this, like sparkly pink eyelash trim. Maybe that. This I picked up at Dollar Tree, and I picked up 2 of these because they're a bright white versus the cream color that they always carry. And there's a little bug flying. Sorry, guys. You see that. And then this is another trim from Daiso. It's the frill tape, and it has like a little bit of tulle and then satin ribbon at the top. So I thought that was pretty and would match. And then of course seam binding, and I just have this like big roll of white that sometimes I'll spray or color. And then these I picked out from my little lace box. So there's this one I love that has the little red in there. And this one I think would go so cute because it has the tiny little white flowers that reminds me of the flowers that grow on the strawberries. This one's so pretty. This one I love the color, the blue, and a little rickrack. And then this one, I love this trim, guys, but I have a hard time using it. It's like so different, but it's like a string with like little bits of ribbon like tied throughout. So I love it, but I don't know, I find it hard to use it unless I'm doing like ribbon tassels and things like that. So I did pull that out. So those are the ribbons that I pulled out. Those are the flowers. I hope you enjoyed the little tutorial or step-by-step on how I put the little flowers together. And again, if you are interested in any of the dies, here's Erica's information, Scrapdivadesigns.com. And yeah, super cute. So I'm excited to make a project with the Strawberry Milkshake and make a few more little embellishments. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Have fun crafting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.